Following the downturn, LCID has been trading in the upper 20s. The fall in electric car stocks, on the other hand, has been universal. Even Tesla is trading below $900, having fallen from highs of $1,200 at the start of January 2022. The takeaway is that the fall in price of LCID is not because of any special problems the firm is facing, but is instead down to market dynamics. However, the company's earnings call will have a significant impact on what to make of their stock next, what to expect from the earning call, and what an investor should be looking forward to the most. Let's get started. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder, subscribing's free, and liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar content. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. This is the first wave of electric vehicle firms to reach the market, and they're doing it in a multitude of ways. For the time being, it seems that the rifle technique is much more practicable and effective than a shotgun strategy. So, it was a sensible move by Lucid to target the premium category rather than all the categories together. Lucid is a company that is well known for maintaining confidentiality and anonymity, and they've done a very good job of it as well. However, it has created a dilemma for investors who like to play it safe. Now finally, the long-awaited Lucid fourth quarter results will be made public at the end of February. How many AirDream editions were delivered out to consumers before last year's end? How many automobiles has the business produced to date? By using a new voting method, informed shareholders will be able to ask these and other queries directly from the management. There have been many delays, but Lucid shareholders now have a date for the company's critical fourth quarter earnings call, which is Monday, February 28th at 2:30 p.m. Pacific or 5:30 p.m. Eastern. On the conference call, the company's executives will talk about the company's performance for the fourth quarter of 2021, including production figures, plans for worldwide growth, financial outcomes, and significant new hires. Perhaps it's time to look at recruiting in Taiwan to help with the supply chain problem. Along with the updated prediction for the future year, we should receive some further information on the fit and finish components problem that has prompted delivery delays for certain AirDream Edition clients in recent months. Sometime before the event, a link to the live webcast will be available on Lucid's investor relations website, ir.lucidmotors.com. Lucid Motors recorded 13,000 reservations in the previous quarter, which then jumped to 17,000 in the next month or so. It's going to be interesting to watch how that number translates now. However, given the pace at which it was increasing, we should see something in the neighborhood of 25,000 bookings for the Air lineup. In other words, it seems that the company will have no difficulty meeting demand in the near future. All they have to do now is stay focused on their 2022 production goal. This earning call is a bit different from the previous ones. Shareholders of Lucid will also be able to ask questions from top-level management for the first time during an earnings call. For this initiative, the startup will collaborate with Say Technologies to develop a website that will enable the company's shareholders to submit questions and vote on the ones they would want to have answered. Lucid management will address a selection of these questions on the company's quarterly earnings call. Rawlinson expects that the new question method will enable every one of its investors to have a say, as well as enabling its executive team to communicate with shareholders more effectively than ever before. And that kind of investor dialogue is a specialty of Say Technologies, which is owned by the consumer trading firm Robinhood. On Monday, February 21st at 2:30 Pacific or 5:30 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard, the opportunity to submit questions opens and will remain open until 24 hours before the opening of the company's earnings call. They've not elaborated on what shape voting will take, but we do know that we'll be able to view the questions submitted by other people, which is a good thing. Since we haven't heard anything about the SEC subpoena in quite some time, it's possible that Lucid may bring it up as well. However, the delivery statistics will be the most essential piece of information in the end. Although the executives seem confident, it's more probable that this very knowledge will be the decisive factor in the stock's performance. With this, let's get into the stock market discussion. When Rivian was unable to achieve this aim, the company's market cap suffered significantly. Could this be the situation with Lucid too? Maybe. However, if this were the case, the management would have made it fairly public in order to prevent the immediate collapse that would occur if all investors found out at the same time. Subsequently, if the objective to deliver 520 sedans was achieved, the information provided will raise the organization's standards for fulfilling commitments. Also, before the earnings call for the fourth quarter, investors will be happy to hear some good news. The beta factor is used to assess the risk of a company. LCID has been a relatively high beta stock since the announcement of the Special Purpose Acquisition Company merger agreement. The reason for this was that the value was predicted on a series of unreliable deliveries. However, because of interest rate fluctuations, there has been a correction in the stock market. The stock's value at $27 reflects a beta that is much lower than it has ever been. LCID stock is now trading at a discount, making it an excellent time to start building a position. As interest rates are expected to rise in 2022, it seems prudent to contemplate a gradual exposure and average down in the event that general market conditions improve. In any case, analysts don't see much more downside from here. From the standpoint of the balance sheet, there are only minor risks. Lucid has $4.8 billion in cash and equivalents as of the third quarter of 2021. The latest fundraising of $1.75 billion has increased the cash buffer to more than $6 billion, although this figure is unadjusted for cash burn in the fourth quarter of 2021. Without a doubt, it would be absurd to anticipate positive cash flows in the foreseeable future. According to the company's own projections, it'll generate positive free cash flow by 2026. However, if the pace of delivery growth continues to be strong and the vehicle level margin continues to increase, the level of LCID stock is expected to rise. For Lucid Motors, it's still early in an industry that has tailwinds beyond 2030. A growing number of industry experts predict Lucid will be gaining market share in the near future. One important reason is the emphasis placed on innovation and technology. A good example is the company's 520-mile range on a single charge. Lucid appears to be adopting Tesla's route in terms of global growth as well as product development. The corporation has said that it plans to develop manufacturing in China by the middle of the decade. In addition, a plant in Saudi Arabia is scheduled to open in 2025 or 2026. This is analogous to Tesla constructing gigafactories in all major markets. The presence of many manufacturing facilities will improve delivery visibility and operational leverage even more. When it comes to the electric car sector, Lucid is up against stiff competition. The corporation, on the other hand, has the financial freedom it needs to exist and flourish. Besides that, Lucid is making investments in technology like energy storage, which will determine whether companies survive in the marketplace. For the time being, most investors are likely to adopt a wait-and-see attitude when it comes to the LCID stock price. It's time for analysts to reevaluate their models. They'll examine the company's value after they've completed their analysis of 2021, as well as any remarks Lucid may make on current production and sales in the first quarter of 2022. This startup has a legitimate chance of succeeding in the frothy electric car battles that are now taking place. To summarize, there is some upward potential for LCID, but the path ahead is likely to be rocky. Thorf believes that LCID will be priced around $57 by the end of 2022. What do you think that sticker will look like? Let us know your prediction in the comments below. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscribing's still free, and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.